Well, YouTube, here she is. Our brand new Kubota SVL75-3. And been wanting to make a video on, well, we've got our 040 over there. There's a lot of videos on those. The 040's been out a while, and yeah, we just picked this up, so figured we'd do a review on these. There's not a whole lot of them right now on the interweb, just because these are relatively new. But I had been shopping around for a while and really kind of settled on Kubota. I've done extensive research on all of them and didn't have to do much on JCB, but sorry, JCB, get your act together, man. I know some people really like them. I don't know how you could if you've run skid steers for any amount of time. So it was really between this and the Cat. The Bobcats are nice, but their undercarriage is still a little goofy for me. And I've ran a lot of D series. I own a C series 262, and I do really like Cats. Their electric controls are top notch, and they're just smooth machines. But we do, you know, forestry applications, and I'm not going to get an ASV because we don't have that service here in our area, here in Colorado. And Kubota's got a couple dealerships real close to us, so so does Cat. So that's why we narrowed it down to those two. So yeah, Cat just came out with their next gen, which is their 255, 265. I think they have a 75 and an 85, but I'm not dealing with death and all that crap. So we're staying at the 75 level. And the main reason I went with Kubota is really this undercarriage. This thing is very well thought out, very solid, which gives you a little bit of a rougher ride, but it's a skid steer, so you better get used to it. The final drives, I feel they've got plenty of power. Everything drains so well. I'm working in just real rocky, I mean, there's this rock pile I've been working on for a bit now, and everything drains out of here really well. It doesn't pile up. With the Cat, because it's got the torsion suspension, as does Yanmar, Bobcat, a lot of them are kind of have that way. The hoses are exposed because they've got to be flexible. So they lay, you know, right in here, kind of down a little bit, and Cat gives you an underguard, but yeah, that underguard just is a nice shovel, basically, to catch everything, and then fill up, back up, get rocks under your sprocket, and just I don't like it. And this, you're not breaking those hoses, especially in the forestry application, getting stuff up in here and jammed in there. You're not breaking them hoses. So that's kind of a big reason I went with this. It does have the dual up front and the single in the back, which, since the sprocket and this are actually so close together, I doubt I'm going to have an issue with it, but we will see over time. A lot of machines still do this one. I think Cat does a double on the outside, but I think I'm not going to have a problem with that, just for that issue of having these kind of closer together like that. The tracks are nice and beefy. I do really like these. This H pattern that's on here. Good set of tracks. We'll see how these hold up over time, but I'm pretty impressed with them. Good traction. Everybody's like, oh, Kubota has this thing here, and I kind of agree. It does have this thing here to catch all sorts of stuff. Another shovel, not as bad as the Cat shovel that's under there, but that pan comes off underneath, and it's easy enough to drain it. It's just easy enough to do it during your oil changes, just drain it. This one is the one for me that I'm interested to see. This is the exhaust for your air, as the back is a solid door and your radiator's up top, so they're venting out here. Now this does exhaust, so you're not going to get it's got positive airflow basically. So the only dust you're going to get in there is what it's sucking in from the fan. This should, in theory, keep a lot of it out, but I bet heavier items, sticks, leaves, stuff like that, they're going to get in there. For me, birds. Just to see how the birds work out for that one. We use our machine a lot. It doesn't really sit for winter, so I don't foresee having a problem on there. But yeah, critters could possibly get in there because it's warm. Very, very heavy duty back end over here. It's really nice. It's got all the pins on the outside for greasing. My cat, this little idler arm, whatever it is up here for some random reason. And to grease it, you got to like climb up on the wheels, get back here up top, grease them. This is so much better. I love this. This is great. Everything is on the outside. Really, really nice. Cat uses this style of pin. I kind of wish Kubota did too. I'm not really sure. They say, or at least what I've been told, is that these bolts here are made to shear off if there's a problem. But this stinking thing's so big, if that thing is like jammed in there to where it's going to shear this, you've got issues. So yeah, I like Cat's pin design better, but these are very, very, very beefy pins. You know, they're strong. I've got no issue with that. This is super nice. Love, love, love this. My cat's in there. It's just kind of annoying. This is super nice. And you can also open the door and have access to it. Love the solid back door. It's a skid steer. You are going to back into things. My C series has a solid back door. It's awesome. Love the solid back door. So, yeah, kind of glad they got rid of the vents. Kind of sad. Cat went back to them. Well, whatever. It's not my choice. I don't build them. Back in here is the fun beeper you're going to instantly unplug. And this is really well laid out. Every machine does stuff differently, and I've never found a machine that's like, this machine would be perfect if this oil fill funnel was like out here. It would be perfect. But it's like every company has to be like, oh, it can't be too perfect. So that's kind of my gripe on that, is you just got to have a goofy funnel to get in there. Again, that's really not bad. That's a good design. The hydraulic sight right back in there. The hydraulic fill right here, my Cat hydraulic fill, that is like hell trying to fill that thing. I hate that. So this is a good spot. These doors do lock in, so you can, not have to worry about it hitting you. Everything else in here, real clean, very quiet. Pretty sure this is the same engine that the D series have been using, the V33, or Cat calls it the C33. I'm very sure this is that engine, which has been very reliable. The big thing has been the DPF on the Cat. They put it in a dumb place, so you have to pull the engine out at 2,500 hours and service the DPF. So any D-Series machine, if you're thinking of getting one, just be warned, make sure they've done the DPF service, because you're going to be out 10 to 15 grand if you're if you're getting that DPF service history incorrect. This DPF, you lift the cab, it's right there behind the seat. Great spot. Can unbolt, clean, put back in. Very well thought out. This is the high flow machine, so it's got this reverse fan. They kept telling me that, this is your reverse fan. And I'm looking at it and I'm like, there's no way that's the reverse fan. Like in my Cat, the fan is the reverse fan. It goes in reverse and blows back up through there. So this has come on now a bunch of times. I'm very sure that hydraulic fan is coming on in tandem with this fan, because if this is the one that's kicked on, it is so loud. It has to be this other fan. Otherwise, that is super impressive. This thing's got to be spinning at Mach bajillion, because it sounds like a semi fan is going off. So yeah, that seems to be working really good. I can see the nice little dust blowout when it kicks on. I have it set to 20 minutes. Yeah, everything else here, AC charge, fuses, battery, oil. Hydraulic oil is up front. You got to lift the cab, but it lifts up with your finger. So not too bad. Nice and solid. Nice backup camera. Again, over here, it's pretty much the same as the other side. This is really nice. The air filter, cabin air filter is right here. Up and out of the way. Because Cat always liked to put it right here. And what are the tracks known for? Whipping up dust. And that thing would suck in so much dust. Yeah, so I think Cat's inlet now is different, but the filters in the new 255s on the Cats are here. So it's really easy to change them. This one is filter and inlet right up here. Real easy to change. I think Cat learned their lesson because, yeah, I believe they rerouted that. One thing Cat doesn't give you is that little booger right here. Nothing falling in there. Really, really liked seeing that. Because, yeah, that was a really... I was worried that wasn't going to be there and things were going to fall in that way, but that's great. These things... That's going to break off. This, I'm going to try my best. It is pretty stinking bulky, and at least it bolts on so you can replace it if you bend it. At least this bolts on, Cat, so you can replace it. So, yeah, this is nice. It would just be nice if they were a little more protected, but honestly, if you got to replace these, I'd rather do this than try and get in and out of your tube like John Deere does. I think Bobcat does that too. So if you do have to replace some stuff, it's not terrible to get to. Front here, we're kind of in the Bobcat. You know, everybody's really copying that now, just the flat face. Super good visibility. I don't really have an issue with this design setup. I thought it was going to be super weak because, you know, my Cat has the plate that comes across. It guards these cylinders really well. And I got no quarrels with this. It seems plenty strong. I've been digging into this ground, lifting all these stupid rocks out of here, and it has no problem doing it. Hydraulic lines for your auto disconnect. Everybody whines and complains about these, but that's where they're going to go. And you just got to deal with it. Sorry, that's where they are. So just be careful and just be aware of your surroundings. It would have been maybe nice to throw them up a little higher out of the way, but guard on here, I'm definitely going to get the guard for that. So that'll help the rocks kind of fall off instead of get stuck in here like they really like to, and then this not wanting to work because there's rocks stuck in there. This is a really nice, this is the only cake I've had on there, little cookies on my Cat. There's like a channel here, and everything funnels into it, and then when you tilt back, it makes you this wonderful cookie cake that is never coming off of there unless you get your rock bar. And then it affects your tilt back because now you've got this thing that's like 2 inches wide stuck in there, and you're not going to be able to tilt your bucket back because you have a nice big cake stuck in there. So this is really nice. I think newer Cats, I believe this is like super narrow now, and they're flanged on both sides, so they've kind of fixed that issue. It is happening here, which we'll see how that works, but it's not making a cake. It at least is rotating it, crushing any rocks and letting them fall through. These arms are nice and beefy. Again, Cat does this just plate. It turns from arm to plate, and then they double flange both sides. I really like this much better. We'll see how the pins hold up, but they are double bushinged. So in theory, these should last. I haven't heard many issues about that, but these ones are pretty beefy. Not going to have an issue with bent up plate or anything like that. Cab, you got your LED lights. I don't work at night, so that's never been a big deal to me, but some people do work at night and they're bright. Yeah, the Cat has a better system. They have lights on the side. And again, I don't use it. I'd rather have the build quality. These are Japanese made. If you buy like my my KX 040 is Japanese built. The U series are built in Germany. I think the 65 and maybe the new 50X are going to be built in Kansas on these. I'm just a huge supporter of the Japanese build quality, especially when it comes to tractors. They've been building tractors and heavy equipment for a very long time, and the code that they live by in work of just perfection or nothing, I really admire that. And you can tell in a lot of this when you get a Japanese versus a US built, there's a lot of stuff that are just different. Everything's pretty stinking tight right from the factory and well laid out and symmetrical. The Japanese kind of have an eye for that, so I do appreciate that. This platform getting in, very comfortable. Cat kind of does the same thing where this is the same plane as that. I think this plane is probably just a hair higher, but very, very comfortable to get in and out. I am 6'4", 270 pounds, and this is so much better than my Cat's. Cat is really a pain, but you just flip around, sit on in here. Oh yeah, really, really like it. The air ride seat is a must. Get it. The suspension seat's okay, but the air ride one is going to be nice, especially since you don't get a cloth seat in these. It's just leather. So yeah, there's that. The footroom is good. It does have this weird angle up down here, so your feet are going to kind of want to sit like this, but it has been very handy when you're on a downhill slope or you hit something hard and your body wants to slide in this vinyl or leather seat. You can push yourself back real easy with that, so that's nice. And the Cat, your toes kind of jam up against the flat to try and hold yourself if you're on a downhill. So that I've liked. Throttle pedal works great. I honestly leave it, it's a DPF machine, so I use full throttle all the time just to keep that clean. Let's see. There's been some complaints. People were like, oh, this is in a terrible spot because your legs are always hit if you're a tall guy. I like it. My man spreading is kept to a limit. If I have holes in my crotch, my guys like it too because they get to see less of it. And in working pants, there's always holes in crotches. So thank you, Kubota, for limiting my flashing. Same over here. This guy's here. This is actually kind of nice, but you've got some here on both sides. So I don't know. This is probably where your cup holder should have gone, Kubota, and a phone holder. Honestly, this is where that should have gone. Cut this down. Keep those ones because you want to defrost your window. See, those are in great spots. But cut this one off. Put a cup holder in here. Put a phone holder because this... I'm sorry. It's stupid. I don't know what else to say about it. I'm not putting my cup up there. I mean... I don't need my back full of soda or coffee or whatever. So, AC, I do wish it was auto, like the Cat's, because if you're on, 1 is really all you're going to be on. I mean, 3 is like hurricane. So you go on 1, if you're on hot, you're going to sweat. If you're on cold, you're going to freeze. And if you're on white, yeah, you're not going to be there. You're either going to be hot or cold. So it would have been nice to have the auto part. But I find myself, even in the winter, pretty much kind of staying on the cold. And maybe just leave it on 1, shut this vent, and maybe just crack those ones kind of like they are. And that seems to do well. Love this. I know some people were really hating on this thing. It's so easy. So easy. Some people were like, oh, I can't do it. If you can't do this, you do not need to be running this machine. So this is good. I like that. That's a nice, easy way. My Cat's up here. Again, I don't mind that. I do like how it's right here by my control stick, so I can kind of keep everything moving and lock it. So that's nice. The auto fan on, off, whatever. Regular buttons over here for parking brake, your leveling, all that stuff. It doesn't have ride control like the Cat, which is kind of a bummer. The Cat ride control is really nice. I don't use this. My arms are long enough. I'm right here. I'm just touching. Love the touchscreen. As you can hear, I'm only on one. This moment you get that sucker into freaking third gear, it's just a hurricane. Enter the code. Really have enjoyed this. Very nice screen, well laid out. Everything's very clear. The reversing camera, nice and clear. Really, really like it. You can adjust how all these lines work. Super nice. Very customizable. I do really like that. What you're hearing on this video is not what this sounds like. This machine is so quiet that I've listened to a couple of these reviews, and I swear it's like, oh, that doesn't sound that quiet. But whatever the phone's picking up, you're not hearing in real life. This is so ridiculously quiet, and even at full throttle, I've got the door open, so it's even a little louder. But that's impressive, seeing how the DPF is literally right behind my back. So the way they've got this tuned is really impressive. Yeah, she's just smooth. I think very smooth, very fast. A little bit of whine on the drives, but I hear it more from the outside than I do from the inside. It's very quiet. So you're probably hearing a lot of it on the phone, but don't believe that. It is indeed super, super quiet. Plenty of room if you're a big old fat guy. These are really nice, very comfortable. The joysticks are great. The new layout on them, really, really nice. Cat's is honestly a little better, but I mean, some of the stuff Cat invests in, the amount of money they throw at these things is ridiculous. So these are fully adequate, fully capable of doing whatever you need to do in a skid steer. And for these price points, I mean, you're getting an extremely well-built machine for 15 grand less. I mean, it is quite, it's a lot. Forgot to put that down. Oh, here's another thing you can do is put a timer on it, so you don't have to put your code back in. You can just start back up, which is pretty nice. If you get out and you talk to someone. Yeah, the roll-up door, I haven't had any issues with it. This has been great. Some people say, oh, it rattles like the sieves. Just adjust your little things. That's all you got to do. Adjust that. It will stop rattling. And when it's closed, it is closed. It is very sealed. Getting out of this thing, oh, it's so nice. Oh, I love it. Love it, love it, love it. Love the color. Pretty much have been in love so far. Again, we've only got 5 hours on it, so we're gonna see what she's made of. But yeah, we've got all our attachments, grapples, you know, all the mulching. So we're gonna be doing some videos here. You know, keep an eye out. Again, I'll probably do one of the 040, but there's a lot of the reviews on those, and they're coming out with the 5s on the 040, the Dash 5. So yeah, if you have any questions, you know, you can put it in the comment, and I'll try my best to answer them. But we'll keep it updated. We'll make some more videos of this machine. And if you're thinking of getting one, you know, so far I have not had any regrets. Sometimes there's buyer's remorse or something, but as of right now, this machine is extremely capable, and we like it. So yeah, until the next video, I'll see you guys later.